Do you guys remember Batman Beyond? That was a pretty good show. A while back, I had an idea for what I thought could have been a killer episode of that series, a sort of sequel to the Batman the Animated Series episode Tiger Tiger. If you didn't see that episode, Selina Kyle was kidnapped by a mad scientist who created a man-cat named Tigress, and he wanted her to become Tigress's mate. Ew. By the end of the episode, Tigress realizes it never would have worked out, so he goes off David Banner-style lonely man into his island, and Batman and Catwoman return to the city. The end. We never see Tigress again, except for an issue of the Batman Adventures comic that is set in the DC animated universe except when it's not. So I thought it would be cool if we could have seen what Tigress was up to 40, 50 years later when Terry McGinnis was Batmaning around. The folks behind Batman Beyond said that they didn't want to go to Bruce's Rogues Gallery too often, as that might diminish Terry's own villains if he keeps fighting Bruce's. They did it a couple of times, and I like those episodes alright, but I think it would have been fine to bring back Tigress, because we only saw him the one time, again, excluding Batman Adventures issue 21. Mr. Freeze, Talia, Bane, they all had multiple appearances in Batman the Animated Series and in the comics, but Tigress, this was it for him. So what was my idea? Terry has some mission outside of Gotham City, and as he's returning, the Batplane crashes on an island, Tigress's island from Tiger Tiger. We find out in the past 40, 50 years, he's created an entire society of cat people. With gasoline! Loneliness was his big driving force in both of his appearances, so it makes sense that he would want companionship. Maybe he survived Dr. Dorian's lab's explosion in Batman Adventures, and he somehow recreated the research Dorian had, and was able to create more of his kind. Maybe some of these other cat people, and it's been so long, were responsible for bringing down the Batplane. So we would have kind of a Planet of the Apes Most Dangerous Game homage scenario here. Except while Bruce was here, Tigress was the one hunting him down. But Tigress still feels alone. Maybe his creations are more animalistic than him, or maybe they aren't satisfied with Tigress's decree that they stay on this island. So you would have Tigress helping Terry to safety while the rest of the cat people, see these eyes so green, hunt them down. This would have preceded the Andy Serkis Planet of the Apes reboot movie, where Caesar is one of the only apes to not outright hate humans. But I would want to go for something kind of like that here with Tigress. Sure, he wasn't exactly a good guy when we last saw him in Batman Adventures, but maybe he feels bad about that now. He's had a few decades to reflect on his behavior. This probably would have only raised more questions than it answered, like how has humanity not accidentally stumbled on the island of Dr. Tigress in all this time, or how has Tigress kept his people from escaping the island? But I think it still could have been an interesting idea. But what do you guys think? That's it for this one, and in the meantime, check out some of the other stuff that I do. Until next time, have a good one.